Blessed assurance. Life after the name popping incident got back to normal, if there is such a thing as normal in war. I could never get used to the fact a lot of people wanted to see me dead. Is that normal? I don't think so, or at least I hope not. I was assigned to a 105 artillery battery, 6 self-propelled weapons similar to a tank. These guns were manned 24/7. Fire missions could be ordered on a moment's notice and be carried out in a matter of seconds. In a war, seconds can mean the difference between living and dying. The war marched on, and we continued building bunkers. The bunkers were 70% or more underground, with layer after layer of sandbags on top. Most were 8 feet wide and 12 feet long. There were 6 men to a gun, 6 men to a bunker, and believe it or not, we managed to live quite well down there. It was dry and warm, but its greatest asset was safety. I actually got to where I could sleep through incoming artillery, mortars, rockets, or any other kind of enemy fire. As a general rule, you could count on it taking a direct hit, and your chances of living through it were well above average. The South China Sea reminded me of the landscape around Daytona Beach, Florida. As far as scenery, Vietnam is a beautiful country, and I believe it is now being appreciated. One of the areas I walked through on my way home was an inland beach with loose brown sand that was breathtaking. There were jeep tracks along the beach that left 4 or 5 inch deep ruts. I was tempted to remove my boots and walk along the beach. I wish now I had. But the thoughts of harm and the prospect of escaping the miseries of war was too much. I walked on. I did not know the North Vietnamese army possessed chemical weapons. Not until intelligence reported we were going to be hit with mustard gas. I should have got a clue when we were issued gas masks and told to know their whereabouts at all times. I took that to heart and stashed mine in a secret, safe place, or so I thought. It had been there every time I checked for 7 months, but it was not there when I needed it. All these years I had assumed someone had taken it. However, with age comes wisdom, and from wisdom comes insight. We had some big rats, and just maybe one decided he needed it more than I did. A standing joke among the guys was that a big rat was standing in the doorway of our hooch holding a garbage can, daring anyone to take it. That being said, carting off a gas mask would have been no problem. The above paragraph has been cushioning my effort to lighten the subject, death. I remember as if it were yesterday, my moment of having to face the reality of that reality. At the time, in my mind, without a gas mask, death was certain. Speaking as a Christian, when I had no hope of living, death lost its sting. At that moment, I could have died at peace and with dignity. I did not feel like it was the end of anything, but more like it was the beginning. I believe I can attribute that serenity to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 55. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? To me, that verse gives victory to those that have accepted Jesus Christ as Lord of their life in this world, and their assurance of the one to come. I believe our mind cannot grasp nor our heart begin to experience the joy that awaits those who are His when we get to heaven. There have been 2 times in my life when heaven came down to earth, and my only reason for existing was to be His. I had been in the presence of Jesus Christ. The joy is impossible to describe.